This is my little video about the current issue of the Mover magazine, the September issue. And usually I give you a bit of a rundown of what's included, but I'm not going to do that this time because I want to talk more about what's not included. And there's one thing that's happened recently that is not going to be in the magazine just because it happened too late. 2 days ago, I heard about the death of Steve Lewis. Now, Steve was a great guy, and I know that many of you knew him, and some of you knew him very well. And it's an absolute tragedy that we've lost him. But I wasn't able to report it in this issue, and I'm sorry about that, but I couldn't do it. But I will be trying to do a proper job for him in the next issue, so please look out for that, especially if you knew Steve well. But the other thing I wanted to talk to you about was advertising. Now, I don't normally talk about this because advertising and editorial are two separate things, but it's kind of fundamental to what we do because it's our only form of revenue. Unlike every other magazine in the industry, The Mover doesn't have an organisation behind it that can help out when with the revenue. We rely entirely on advertising. And we since the COVID crisis, that's been a bit of a challenge for us. And so I just wanted, and I was talking to somebody the other day about this, and I was saying, I don't really understand why more people in the industry that really should be advertising with us don't. And he said that he really didn't think that people knew quite what the coverage of this publication is, and maybe we should really try spelling it out a bit more. And so this is my attempt to do that. And the first thing to say is that the Mover is a digital publication, so it's available to everybody, free, everybody, everywhere in the world. And every month we have something like somewhere between 30 and 40,000 views of our magazine, both on through the website, through the PDF document on the website, and also through the social media that we have, and through the apps that people can read the magazine through on the phone, which is a huge circulation. And that completely dwarfs anything else that's going on in the industry. And I don't think people really get that, have really understood that. As well as that, because it's digital, then any advertisement in the magazine has live links in it, which means that an email address, for example, is a live link straight through to your email. A website link is a live link straight through to your website. So even a small advert in the magazine is a window on everything about your company because it goes straight through to your website. And of course, not only that, you can use the advertisement space in creative ways. It's not just like a paper advertisement. You can, in the same ways you can link it through to your website. You can also include video with it, or audio messages, so it can be a complete multimedia presentation in a relatively small space. And very few of our advertisers take the opportunity to do that, and I think that's a great shame because it's an opportunity that I think would really add something to your advertising messages, and it's not difficult to do. The other thing that people don't know as well is that we link any advertisement, anybody that advertises with us in the Mover, we automatically publicise through our social media platforms, which are Twitter and LinkedIn and Facebook. And we have thousands of contacts through that form of media. And so what it does is it gives you both the traditional style promotion through a magazine, be it an electronic one, and the social media side of it as well. And I know that many of you like to use social media, and I applaud you for doing that. But by using the magazine, you can get the best of both worlds. You can do a bit of each. And it costs you no more than just simply placing an advert in a magazine. And the other thing to say as well is that The Mover is the only independent magazine in the world for the moving industry. and which means that being independent, then it means that the stories are not biased in any way. Sometimes, as you know, they're a bit edgy, because I make them that way on purpose. Sometimes a bit provocative to try to get some kind of response. But what that does is it means, and you know this because you do it yourself, that you will read the stories, and people tend to read the whole of the stories because I hope that they are interesting stories that you want to read. There's no bias in it. There's no politics in it. It's just the way that I see it, and I try to tell the truth as honestly as I can. Which means that if you do have an advertisement in the magazine, people are likely to see it. Those 30,000 plus people that view the magazine every month are not Mrs. Smith from Acacia Avenue. These are people in the moving business, and they're exactly the people that you want to get to. And so, I'm not asking you to advertise in the magazine for us, although it is an absolutely existential activity. If we don't get that advertising revenue, then we cannot produce the magazine. That's not why I'm asking you to do it, although that's important. I'm asking you to do it for you, because in my opinion, it is without doubt the most powerful form of promotion that this industry currently has. And so that's the end of my sales spiel. The next time I do one of these presentations, I will revert to a more editorial style. But it just seemed that I just needed to say that because I'm sure that there are people out there watching this video who really should be advertising in the magazine and would benefit from it, who really didn't know that. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye for now.